Both Sonoko and Zixuan were content with their lives. They had been married for many years, but over time their relationship had become a habit with no new excitement or significant problems. Both had their own careers and commitments. Sonoko was busy with her boutique and was renowned in the fashion world, while Zixuan was immersed in his office work. But neither of them ever seriously considered having children, perhaps because they were happy in their own worlds, or perhaps they felt they didn't need a third person in their lives. But life is like that. Just when you think everything is fine, a new twist comes. One day, Zixuan was sitting in a cafe and met Mitsuko, a waitress. Mitsuko had a unique style, a way of speaking, an innocence in her smile, and a strange confidence in her words. When she complimented Zixuan's car and expressed her desire to drive it, Zixuan sensed a freshness in her words that was completely different from his own everyday world. This was the first time Zixuan felt someone could bring a new breeze into his life. Meanwhile, Sonoko was also impressed by Mitsuko, but Sonoko was always on the lookout for new faces in the fashion world. When she saw Mitsuko, she felt she would be perfect for her new collection. There was something special about Mitsuko, her gait, her smile, a charm that other models lacked. Sonoko hired Mitsuko as her model, and the two began a professional relationship. But professionalism soon blossomed into friendship. Because of Mitsuko, Sonoko's boutique flourished. Her clientele grew, and Sonoko found new inspiration in her designing. As their friendship deepened, a strange attraction blossomed between them, a feeling difficult to describe. One night, while they were drinking together, the atmosphere opened up and they shared their innermost secrets. Mitsuko took Sonoko's hand and a wave of unspoken emotions surged between them. Sonoko saw the sincerity in Mitsuko's innocence and longing, while Mitsuko was attracted by Sonoko's maturity and self-reliance. This relationship had grown beyond friendship. Neither of them were sure where they were headed. Gradually, the three became entangled in each other's lives. When Mitsuko learned that Sonoko and Zixuan were husband and wife, it came as a shock. She herself, a single girl living in a small house with her mother and brother, was suddenly thrust into a relationship that was far from easy. Sonoko too began to feel this complexity. On one hand, her husband, on the other, his growing attraction to Mitsuko. The relationship between them became a secret they could neither reveal to the world nor hide from each other. One day when they were alone, their closeness grew stronger. Sonoko captured the moment on camera, perhaps as a memory, perhaps to preserve the feeling she had experienced for the first time. But these very photos later became a source of trouble for her. Zixuan accidentally saw the photos on his laptop and suspicion ignited within her. Now, his life was also thrown into turmoil. He wanted to know what was going on in his wife's life. Zixuan began investigating, and when he discovered some suspicious sounds in the car camera recording, his suspicions were confirmed. He went to Mitsuko's apartment and bluntly told her to stay away from his wife. He even offered Mitsuko money to try to distance herself from their relationship. Mitsuko initially resisted, but then relented. Perhaps she realized this wasn't an easy relationship, and she didn't want to interfere in anyone's married life. After this, Mitsuko suddenly disappeared, leaving Sonoko with an unfinished story. Sonoko kept searching for her, repeatedly reliving her memories, but she seemed to have vanished from Mitsuko's world. Meanwhile, Zixuan also tried to get closer to Mitsuko. Perhaps he too wanted to regain his lost confidence, or perhaps he wanted to know what his wife saw in her. But all these attempts became complicated. As time passed, Sonoko resumed work at her boutique and trying out new models to replace Mitsuko, but the memories of her persisted. One day, when Sonoko discovered that Mitsuko still drank the drink she had made, which she and Zixuan had once bought for their family, her feelings resurfaced. She tried to reach out to Mitsuko, but she wasn't the same anymore. She made it clear that she couldn't continue this relationship. She didn't want to ruin anyone's home. Finally, Sonoko realized she had to move on. She removed Mitsuko's photos from the boutique and began looking to her future. She began searching for a new model, perhaps a new face that could bring color back into her life. But somewhere deep within her, Mitsuko's memories remained forever. She convinced herself that some relationships in life remain incomplete, but the lessons and experiences learned from them give us the strength to move on. This is the story of Manji. The complexities of human relationships, the unspoken definitions of love, and the search for emotions that sometimes make us even more unaware of ourselves. The film leaves the question of whether Sonoko will truly be able to forget Mitsuko, or whether her love will always remain alive somewhere in her heart. Perhaps there is a Mitsuko in everyone's life, an unspoken love, an unfulfilled desire that helps us understand ourselves.